there, my fellow Youpreneurs. I hope you're doing very, very well today. We are back with a monthly chit-chat with the amazing, the talented, the super smart and savvy, and the mostly beautiful Emily Fletcher. How are you?
Mostly beautiful. That's how I'm feeling today.
It was a late night last night. I'm so excited about this conversation because we're going to talk about something that you clearly are an expert in. You are world-renowned for doing what you do, and we'll get onto that in terms of handling stress, overwhelm, just all that sort of stuff that us entrepreneurs struggle with a lot. You know we do. Don't pussyfoot around it. Like, you have to be honest and say that we all deal with it from time to time. Sure. Before we do that, however, I want to deep dive on your journey a little bit and sort of, because hello, Broadway. Let's start. You were born at a very young age. I'm aware of this. But
Zero years old.
Let's talk about, how did this all happen for you? This whole thing.
So I was on Broadway for 10 years. My last show was A Chorus Line. If you're familiar, the gold leotards, the kicking, won the Pulitzer.
So good. I can visualize it right now.
Yeah, and my job was to understudy 3 of the lead roles. So that means you show up to the theater, you have no idea which character you're going to play. That led to a lot of anxiety, as you can imagine. Sometimes they would switch me from one role to the other. I'd get thrown on last minute. That anxiety started leading to insomnia. I could not sleep through the night for 18 months, which led to me going gray at 26 years old. That led to me getting sick and injured. So I'm living my dream, doing the thing I wanted to do since I was a child, and I was miserable. Long story short, I found meditation. It cured my insomnia on the first day. I stopped going gray. I'm 40 now. I have 1 gray hair. I was legitimately
You are not 40.
I am 40.
Always flatter the ladies.
First tip. Don't say we didn't teach you anything here.
Wow. We can end the video right there, actually.
I stopped going gray.
Right.
I did not get sick for 8.5 years. And
no, okay, quantify sick. Are we talking colds, flus, anything
no
like that?
colds, no flus. I used to get sick 2 to 3 times a year. Like a cold where I'd call out of the show in bed for a couple of days. That stopped for 8.5 years. And then I had my bachelorette party, and I really earned that sickness.
Fair play. Good for you, yeah.
But it just basically, it made my life so much better. And I'd say the best thing it did for me is it allowed me to enjoy my job again. And I just thought, why is everyone not doing this? It doesn't take that long to learn. It's not that expensive, and the return on investment is exponential. So I left Broadway, I went to India, and I started what became a 3-year training process to teach. And since graduating, I opened up Ziva Meditation. We have a brick and mortar in New York City, and we started actually the world's first online meditation training, which I'm very proud of. Taught over 20,000 people to meditate. Wow. My first book came out this year, Stress Less, Accomplish More. It sold 44,000 copies
She's
so
basically
far.
on top of the world.
Well,
she's on top of the world.
I feel like I'm very much on mission. I feel like I am doing exactly what I was put on this planet to do.
Whereas, rewind back to Broadway, did you, because obviously you wanted to do that.
Yeah.
But now you say that you kind of feel like you're doing what you were meant to do, the reason why you were here.
Yeah.
Did you not feel like that back in the Broadway days as well?
Broadway was very fun, and I loved it. And it was I had a great run. I went from show to show to show for 10 years.
What shows did you do? Because I'm a massive theatre junkie.
Oh,
I did amateur dramatics and everything at school. I love
Shocking.
Yeah, I was never going to become a theatre star or anything like that. But I love all that stuff.
Yeah.
Me and Urs, who's sitting over there behind the camera, she likes murder mysteries, right? She likes all that whodunits and all that stuff. Yeah. But we saw Motown in London a couple of months back. It's so good. So, okay.
So I did 42nd Street, The Producers, Chicago, A Chorus Line, and Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Like the classics.
Oh my God.
It was so fun. And look, it is what I wanted to do, and I needed to do that. That was a necessary step on this evolution. But once I got on Broadway, I thought it was going to make me happy. And then 3 weeks after my first show was the saddest I'd ever been. And I realized at a very young age that I was more interested in the happiness of pursuit than I was the pursuit of happiness. Right. I was most lit up when I was moving towards my dream. Once I got it, I was miserable. And I just thought, well, my happiness would be in the next show or the next agent or the next zero or the next boyfriend. And I did that for a decade. And that's what ultimately led to the overwhelm and the anxiety and the insomnia, because I was chasing my happiness externally. And once I found meditation, it allowed me to find my fulfillment in the only place that it resides, which is inside of me.
Right.
And once you tap into that every single day, twice a day, you start to approach your life from a place of what can I give versus what can I take? And then everything changes.
Okay, so let's deep dive a little bit onto the online side of things. And so Ziva Meditation.
Yep.
That's the company. That's the brand.
Yeah.
That's what you do day to day now.
Yeah.
You have a brick and mortar in New York?
I do,
How
yeah.
big is the space?
It fits about 50 people. It's beautiful. It has a
Honey, we're
lobby.
going to New York.
Yeah,
We're going to hang out in New York and meditate.
It's really stunning, and like thousands of people have been meditating in there, so it feels really nice. But I'd say 90% of our business now is from the online course, because people can do that from anywhere in the world.
And it's truly scalable from a business owner perspective. It's truly scalable.
Yeah, and it's also
well.
more accessible and more affordable. Not everyone wants to go to New York. Not everyone can afford to take the course. And this stuff is so good that I didn't want money to be a reason why people don't learn.
Okay, so, God, there's so many different ways we could go with this conversation right now. I'm so happy about this. So, okay, so the business, how many people have taken the course, have done classes with you, have gone through even just free material that you've produced or anything like that? Like, if you had to put a number on it, and how many years are we going now?
8.
8 years. So 8 years.
But I've been full-time for 4.
Okay, so let's class it as 4.
Okay.
Let's class it as 4. How many people in those 4 years have learned directly from you and what you've done?
Face-to-face, I think we're about 4,000. So that's individual, me sitting across from someone teaching them. Online, we're at about 20,000. And then the book, 44,000, and we have about 100,000 on our email list that are, opening and reading our emails and watching our free videos.
I mean, that's impact.
I mean,
that's huge impact.
Well, when you think about the fact that there's 8 billion people on the planet, 100,000 is a tiny little drop in the bucket. But what we focus on is teaching high performers, high achievers. So those 100,000 people, they tend to be CEOs of companies, celebrities, Navy SEALs. We've Oscar, Grammy, Tony, and Emmy award winners.
Can you drop names right now?
I can drop, the Navy SEALs I'm really proud of. The Army, the U.S. Army, just signed up for Ziva Online.
That's great.
Who's public about it? Jenna Dewan, Channing Tatum's ex-wife. Laura Benanti's a big Broadway star.
Okay.
Who else? I mean, there's more, but I forget.
No, you can't drop names. Yeah.
I forget. Yeah.
Okay.
But there's been some exciting ones.
I believe you should drop names. If you can drop names, like, why not do it, right? Like, why don't do it? Yeah.
I mean, yes, and some people, it's not really inside of their brand.
No.
They're kind of like a tough guy, or like,
Right.
So
I'm with you. Okay. So let's talk about entrepreneurs then. Because you're an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur. These guys are entrepreneurs. We deal with this, right? Stress is a genuine thing. Now, I've gone through burnout before.
Yeah.
In 2009, which left me then in 2012 with a residual spine issue where I had to have spine surgery. I had an L5S1 fusion.
I'm sorry.
I'm over it now, but it was really tough at the time. And I'm genuinely saying, and I'm not saying this because she's in the room, but if it wasn't for my wife, I don't think I would have got through it in the way that I did. Fact, right? So we all need support and things like that. But the stress still comes, even for me, from time to time. Because, I've got 3 different businesses, I've got 400 employees around the world. I'm putting on live events. I'm creating content for sexy Youpreneurs and kids. Oh yeah, don't forget the kids.
That whole full-time job.
Yeah, I forgot about that one for a minute. I mean, it's bloody stressful. Life is stressful. Right?
Well, I would say that it's high demand, right? All those things that you just mentioned, those are demands.
Right.
Those things are demanding your time and your energy, and they're burning up something that we call adaptation energy, which is simply your ability to adapt to a demand. And here's the trick. If you run out of adaptation energy and then you have another demand, then you will launch involuntarily into a fight or flight stress reaction. So stress is your reaction to the stuff. It's not the stuff, right?
Okay.
You put someone who's never run a business, never had a kid in your day-to-day life, they might have a breakdown on day one, right? You've been training your whole life to do this. So for you, it might be high demand, but it's not launching you into a panic attack because you've been training for it and building to this.
Sure.
So the thing I want to highlight here, and there's this quote from the Vedas, which says that there's no such thing as a stressful situation. There are only stressful responses to given situations. And usually when I say that, most people are like, hi, you don't have kids. You don't know my business.
Right.
You don't know my bills. And I'm not trying to say that the demands are irrelevant. What I am saying is that if you're not managing your stress, then your stress is managing you, right? So what meditation does is it allows you to fill up from the very source of energy, from the very source of time, from the very source of creativity. It's like you're filling up your wells with this adaptation energy. Now, does it make the demands go away? No. What it changes is your ability to handle the demands. You become like Neo, where you're dancing with the demands of life. Time changes. Your the lens through which you see your demands changes because you're changing your brain. You're rewiring your brain. You're flooding your body with dopamine and serotonin, which are bliss chemicals. You're also starting to strengthen the corpus callosum, which is the bridge between the right and left hemispheres of the brain. This allows you to access creative problem-solving ideas even in the middle of a high-demand situation. And so you're starting to utilize the whole brain machine as it was designed. Most of us are taking our left brain to the gym all day. We think, we take action, we achieve, we make money so we can be happy in the future.
Get that to-do list done.
Yeah, and we think our happiness comes on the other side of the to-do list. When what meditation does is it allows you to flip that on its head. You wake up, you fill up yourself with happiness, and you use your to-do list as a means by which to deliver your fulfillment. You're not chasing your fulfillment throughout your day. And then it's like you go through life from a place of detachment and fulfillment and generosity versus need and scarcity and lack. And let me tell you, detachment is sexy, neediness is not sexy. And at the end of the day...
God, I feel like I'm talking to like I don't know, like everyone that's ever tried to give me any advice, and I've just ignored it.
Okay.
Because it's so true. Everything you're saying is 100% bang on, but I think that from a bandwidth perspective, entrepreneurs particularly, we like to think that we're superheroes, that we can do it. Like in my first book, Virtual Freedom, I called it superhero syndrome, where we take too much on board all the time and we want to do it. No one else can do it as well as us.
I'm so important.
We're the best.
Yeah. So everyone needs me.
I can get it done quicker, better, cheaper. I don't have to pay anyone, all that sort of stuff, right?
And so what I'm offering is that this tool, this meditation thing, allows you to do all those things. You will get it done quicker and better and cheaper, but you're not going to be doing it by yourself because you're going to have nature on your side.
Okay, so entrepreneurs, business owners, people who are high performers are in demand on a daily basis. What do you see them having to deal with the most? What are the things, like, try and connect with the audience here, right? In terms of like, what do you think they're dealing with the most? What do you think the biggest headaches are for them?
Well, I mean, speak from my own experience and from what I hear from my high-performing, high-achieving clients is, anxiety, insomnia, overwhelm, feeling like there's just not enough hours in the day, feeling like I'm not really showing up as well as I want to for my family or my teammates if they have teammates, or even your clients. And the thing is that stress, we think that stress is, we wear it like a badge of honor. I'm so important. I'm so stressed because everyone needs me so much. But stress is making us stupid, sick, and slow. Period, the end. So Harvard Medical School is saying that stress is responsible for 90% of all doctors'
That's
visits.
insane. I saw that statistic on your website when I was stalking you yesterday. And that's a ridiculous statistic.
90% of all doctors' visits. Scientists are calling it the black plague of our century, and yet we wear it like a badge of honor. I'm so stressed, I'm so busy, I'm so important. And it's like, why are you wearing something that's making you stupid, sick, and slow like a badge of honor? And people are like, well, and I think really what people are afraid of is that if they let their stress go, that they won't be able to achieve, because a lot of people are moving away from the negative instead of towards the positive. They're working from a place of competition or fear or lack. But to that I say, if you can run a marathon with a rock in your shoe, try taking the rock out of your shoe and see what you can do. You getting rid of your stress does not take away your ability to perform. It doesn't make you stupid. It actually can increase your intelligence. It can increase your IQ by 12 points. It can reverse...
Literally just like that?
Well, not just like that. It takes a couple of weeks.
Right.
We're talking weeks here.
Right.
You can reverse your body age by somewhere between 8 and 15 years. You can reduce your brain age by 10 years.
Sign me up,
Yeah.
man. This is so good.
Increase your skin
I'm starting to feel my age now, Emily. Some mornings I wake up, I'm like, what's going on with my shoulder and all this sort of stuff.
And you know what that is that it's usually inflammation. And inflammation is exacerbated by adrenaline and cortisol, which are stress hormones, because they're acidic in nature.
I know one of your clients.
Who?
JJ Virgin.
Yes, I love her.
JJ is actually a very good friend of mine. We've become very close recently.
I love that woman.
She's always going on at me about inflammation and gluten and dairy. I get random texts from her. She's like, have you had any ice cream recently?
She sees you on camera.
Oh,
you can
she
tell you're a little
totally
puffy.
knows what's going on.
She's like, did you drink beer last night?
She sent us a care package with like just a ton of supplements and protein stuff. And have you had a dark chocolate coconut?
Yes. Those things are delicious.
There's like a gateway drug to JJ Virgin.
This episode
life.
is brought to you by JJ Virgin's Coconut Chocolate Bars.
Oh dear. So when I hear, she's smart and she's worked with great people and she gets results for her clients. Now I'm hearing the same stuff from you. There's got to be something in this, right?
Yeah.
Like two smart, brilliant people are not wrong about the same thing, generally speaking. So, okay, with all that to one side, how can we start? And we've got a real treat for you guys as we're going to wrap up the video. Emily's going to kind of go through a guided meditation. Can I do it as well?
Yeah, you can totally do it.
Do it with you in front of me, and then it's like a free consultation. It's great. So I'm going to do that, and we're going to wrap up the video with that in a short while. But what can we do to start getting ourselves ready for this journey of meditation and calm and less stress? And are there certain things, or do we just throw ourselves into it, or are there certain things we should do to get started?
The only thing I recommend people do before they learn is to document their relationship with stress as of today, right? So if you're gonna read the book, because I teach a technique in the book, or we wanna take the online course, I would say the only thing you need to do is just write down, on a scale of 1 to 10, how's your sleep? On a scale of 1 to 10, how's your stress? How's your sex life? How's your parking karma? How's your immune system? Like,
parking karma?
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Well, it's a thing I made up.
Right, I love it. It's great.
But it's like your level of flow, your level of synchronicity and serendipity. We all know when we're in that or when we're out of it.
Right.
And when you start meditating, that just becomes your new norm. You're just like, oh, this person called, or oh, this idea came in.
Right.
And that's why I say, like, your to-do list used to take you 5 hours starts to take you more like 2 or 3, because your brain is functioning as it was designed. You're not just using a percentage of your brain.
Right.
So the only thing people need to do beforehand, document their relationship with stress, because in 3 months of meditating, they won't remember. They won't remember that they bit their nails. They won't remember that they had panic attacks. They won't remember that they were binging on wine or Netflix, because it just falls away. Your relationship, your dependence on coffee and alcohol and pot and all the stuff we're doing to deal with our stress, those, you don't have to white knuckle it, but you just won't need as much coffee. You won't want as much alcohol. Your sleep will just be better. So, but I like for people to document where they are when they start. The other thing is to know that meditation is a skill. And just because it's simple doesn't mean it's easy.
Right.
People confuse simplicity for weakness, and the power in this practice comes from the simplicity. And so because it's simple, people think they should already know how to do it. Like, everyone learned in 10th grade and I was sick that day, so I'm just gonna pretend like I know what this meditation thing is. And then what most people do is they try to clear their mind, because one yoga teacher said 20 years ago to clear their mind.
Right.
And so then they're like, okay, brain, shut up.
Yeah.
Sure would like a snack. I want one of those coconut bars.
Don't forget the grocery list or whatever comes it right.
And you're like, oh, I suck at meditation. My brain is too crazy. You said it before we started.
Right.
I'm shit at this meditation thing. I'm no good at it.
Yeah.
And the only reason people think they're bad at meditating is that they're judging themselves based on misinformation.
Okay, so here's a follow-up question then. So I'm sure you've seen it, the Muse headband.
Yeah.
There's other bits and pieces out there, and there's 1,000 apps and all the rest of it, right? What's your take? I have that headband.
Yeah.
I know many friends that have had it.
Yep.
I like to hear the little birdies. Like when I do, and I'm thinking, oh, I've done 3 minutes and I've heard, 24 birds or whatever. And you kind of think like you're winning. What I really liked about it was, though, that my wife, who is a yoga instructor and a full-on, like, she loves that stuff.
Yeah.
I beat her. I get more birds. And I'm the one that's like, she's all like, namaste and all the rest of it. And I beat her at bloody meditation. Let it be known.
Competitive meditation is really what we're after.
Right, yeah, this competitive meditation. So, like, what's your take on that stuff? Is it needed? Does it help?
So, look, I know Ariel. I love Ariel. I think she's brilliant. I think that it is great to get dudes like you to feel competitive about meditation. And for that, it's great. However, it's not. It doesn't work for Ziva meditation, because the point of Ziva is not to clear the mind.
So what is the point of it?
The point of Ziva is to get better at life.
Okay.
It's to help you be more creative, better sex, better sleep, better intuition, kinder. This is what I care about.
Right.
How many birds or how many thoughts you're having in the sitting, I don't care. I don't care if you like meditation. I don't care if you enjoy the meditation. I care how you feel and how you perform 30 minutes after the meditation.
Right.
And because we're not interested in trying to focus or clear the mind, because those are inherently monastic practices. So mindfulness, which is what the Muse is meant to help with, is designed where you're focusing, okay? So any mindfulness, which is most of the apps, the YouTube videos, the drop-in studios, what people are calling quote-unquote meditation, I actually put in the category of mindfulness. That's very good at dealing with your stress in the now. The type of meditation that we teach at Ziva is giving your body rest that's 5 times deeper than sleep. And that's not insignificant, because when you give your body the rest that it needs, it knows how to heal itself. And one of the things it's healing itself from is stress. Not only from today, but all that stress from the past, all that stuff that we've been storing in our cellular memory. And it ultimately is that eradication of the stress from our past, that we're getting that old stuff out of the body. That's what allows us to perform at a higher level. That's what makes us more efficient, more productive. And so it has nothing to do with clearing your mind. So anyone who said, hey, I can't meditate because I can't clear my mind, you're not a meditation failure. You just haven't been taught yet. It really is like a skill.
So good. Okay. All right. So to wrap up this, you are gonna.
Yeah, I'll lead you through a guided. Yeah, we'll do some breath work and a guided visualization.
Okay. So how do I have to like? There's no. What I saw in your book trailer. By the way, clearly you guys have to pick up this book. We're gonna have a link to it below the video and everything. Yeah. Stress less. Accomplish more.
Yeah.
I'm gonna buy it the moment I'm done with this interview. In fact, honey, get on Amazon right now. We're gonna buy this book right now. So
she's like already done, already on it.
Have you done it? Have you ordered it already? She's pretty close to doing it, I can tell. What I liked in your book trailer, you said like, there's no. What did you say? Silly
fancy
hand
fingers.
or fancy fingers
no
or anything?
Incense, no symbols.
No.
All you need is a couch like this. You can do it on a plane, on a bus, on a train. Okay, so
what do we got to do? Have we got to reposition ourselves?
Well, sideways is a little weird, so let's just go forward.
We're gonna go forward.
Yeah,
is this good for the camera here?
Okay, good. How do we go?
All right.
All right. So you want to have your back supported, your head free, and other than that, it's just about being comfortable.
Okay.
And we're going to start with something called the 2X breath. And this is so simple, but it's a great thing to do if you're experiencing overwhelm, if you're having maybe a panic attack, you just got a crazy email, your inbox is 80 deep. This is a great thing to do. It's called the 2X breath. And all we're going to do is double the length of our exhale from our inhale, the simplest.
Okay.
So just close your eyes, inhale through your nose for 2, and exhale through your mouth for 4. Really good. Inhaling through your nose for 2. And exhaling through your mouth for 4. And you guys can try this with us at home. You just want to sit with your back supported and your head free, closing your eyes, inhaling for 2. And this time as you exhale, feel your brow soften, your jaw soften, let your shoulders drop, let your belly soften. And this time as you inhale for 2, breathing right into your belly, letting all your muscles relax, letting the chair support you, letting gravity drop your shoulders towards the ground. And as you exhale, letting go of anything that is not serving you or anything you don't need right now. Really good. And now you can let your breathing be easy and natural and innocent. You don't have to manipulate it or control it. You don't have to clear the mind. And now we're going to move through a quick mindfulness technique called Come to Your Senses. So I invite you to listen for all the sounds you can hear right now. The most prevalent sounds are the sound of my voice, and moving beyond the prevalence of my voice and listening for any traffic or birds or air conditioning or heat. And this is a great opportunity to pull the lens of our awareness out and include everything that's happening inside of this experience. So we're not judging these sounds as good sounds or bad sounds. We're simply including them inside of our awareness. Really good. And now ever so gently bringing your awareness to your sense of touch. Can you feel the weight of your body against the chair? The movement of the air across your skin? Noticing the most prevalent tactile sensation and the most subtle. Can you feel the breath as it enters and exits the nostrils? Can you feel the beating of your heart? And this is an opportunity to not judge any sensations as good or bad. We're just noticing prevalence and subtlety. Really good. And now even with the eyes closed, I invite you to see the prevalence of the blackness. And perhaps the subtlety of the light streaming through your eyelids. Can you see the cells dancing in front of the membranes of your eyes? Really good. And now taste what you're tasting. Even though you're not eating anything, can you taste your morning toothpaste or your morning coffee? Perhaps it's the absence of taste. And finally, smell what you're smelling. How does this room smell different from your office? How does inside smell different from outside? Can you smell your own shampoo? And now starting to hold all of your senses in your awareness at the same time. So just seeing if you can play with a simultaneity. Giving yourself permission to be so present in your body right here, right now. So hear what you're hearing. Feel what you're feeling. See what you're seeing. Taste what you're tasting. And smell what you're smelling. Giving yourself permission to be so present right here, right now. Cycling through your 5 senses on your own. Hearing, feeling, seeing, tasting, and smelling. And knowing that it's through our 5 senses that we access our 6th sense of intuition. We're using our 5 senses as a tool to bring ourselves into the right brain and into the right now. Knowing that the present moment is the future in the making. So the more present you are right here, right now, the higher quality seeds you're planting for the future. Really good. And from this place of intense presence, groundedness in your body, I invite you to think of one thing that you would love. What would you love right now? Could be a glass of water, a hug, an Oscar, the love of your life. It doesn't matter how big or how small. What's one thing that you would love right now? And now, like you're a little kid playing pretend, I invite you to imagine that dream unfolding all around you as if it is your current reality. So you're taking the stage, you're saying yes, you're walking into the house, it's all unfolding all around you right now. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real memory and an imagined one, so you're creating this memory for yourself so that when this opportunity comes, it doesn't feel so far away, so scary. Your self-sabotage instinct is chillaxing because you're taking the time to imagine this dream as if it's happening now. So what does this look like? What does it sound like? Are people laughing or crying? Is it silent? And most importantly, what does it feel like? At the very moment that this thing that you would love shows up, what does that feel like? Do you feel grateful? Do you feel humble? Do you feel enthusiastic or generous? And taking a big, delicious inhale and breathing that feeling into every single cell in your body. And as you exhale, letting go of anything that is not serving you or this dream. Knowing that your dreams are divinely inspired. Nature gave you these desires, and inside of them are the tools to make it manifest. So again, imagining this dream as if it's happening all around you, and then taking a big, delicious, energizing inhale and charging up every single cell in your body with the frequency of this dream. And as you exhale, letting go of anything, any limiting beliefs, any overwhelm, any anxiety, and trusting that this or something better is already on the way to you, or you wouldn't even want it. Starting to move your hands, move your feet. Bringing your awareness into the room, into the body. Giving yourself a big internal high five for making it through this episode, for making it through this exercise. And in your own time, whenever you're ready, we can start to slowly, gently open the eyes.
I'm so bloody sleepy right now.
So
How
actually,
good was that?
so that sleepy feeling, a lot of people feel like they're failing, but that's good. We want that sleepy feeling.
I thought I was going to fall at one point.
Yeah, so you just fall into that.
This actually, I'm not even playing. I thought I was going to go at one point.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Emily.
We like that. That's good. This is a classic trademark move of Ziva meditators. This is great posture for us.
I will be honest.
Okay.
I did have a problem smelling my own shampoo.
I was thinking about that for you. I was like, and I'm proud of you for not making the joke in the meditation.
No, I wouldn't do that. But that was an issue. Wow. Just...
High five.
Yeah, high five. Good job. Well done. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Genuinely, I want to know if you honestly did that with us.
Yeah.
You have to let us know.
Because otherwise, if you just watched it of us sitting there with our eyes closed, that would have been
strange.
weird.
Just strange, and a lot of other adjectives we could use. You're incredible. Thank you so much for spending time with us. For you guys, click those links below the video. Go check out a little bit more what Emily's doing. I'm sure this is not the last that we're going to see from you or of you here in the Youpreneur community.
Things to do together.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
And you guys, we'll be back with you again next month with another fantastic Youpreneur chit chat. See you then.